We're here at the Mandarin Hotel in New York City, just finishing up with a really extraordinary event, the Pacific Alliance Forum, with three of four presidents, heads of state from Peru, Colombia, and Chile. Mexico wasn't here. And we're really glad to be running into our old friend Rudy Ganna from the CEO and chairman at Laurus International. A really interesting company we've spoke with before, but I think we want to just start out, Rudy, with getting your own sort of takeaways from the event today on what were some of the things that really impressed you.
Well, I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. I think that they accomplished it a lot because I think they look like friends. They like to joke, to put a lot of jokes to each other, and I think that's very healthy. If you have a healthy environment, then obviously it's more productive. So I really enjoy it. I think there is a lot of potential.
Now, what's so good about this sort of integration and alliance for the region itself?
Well, Latin America as a group of countries is explosive, okay? With the current turbulence between India and the Philippines and, a lot of pressure from the United States to also converge and bring back work from that area back to nearshore at least, and onshore. I think that Latin America is really ideal. So the fact that we have a more stable Latin America, Central America, these are the four first countries, I think will bring a lot of good, and a good opportunity for us in any case.
What I find really interesting about this event today is it represents what we often consider at Nearshore Americas to be some of the real stars of nearshore innovation. Sure. You've got Chile and Peru and Colombia. On one hand, it's very encouraging to hear this discussion of alliances talking about energy and infrastructure and immigration, but let's be honest, I didn't hear a whole lot about what we both care a lot about, which is getting really on board with global competitiveness on technology and innovation. So what's your take on that? Are we still a ways away from collectively working as a region to really put a lot of focus on that?
Well, I think there is a lot of protectionism as well. We heard speaking about energy, and obviously there is a lot of competition between gas, water, hydraulic, and so on. So, habits between import and export are very hard to die. So it will take a little time, but I think that there is an interest to do something. I mean, in the case of BPO call center, without energy, without stable infrastructure, we don't do business. We can't take the risk, right? You never can stop a call. Otherwise, you lose the business. So, listen, Colombia is very, very stable. Peru, I really like it. Chile is maybe a little far away for us. I am very focused, for example, in Colombia. So we will see a little bit. But I think that this is a very strong foundation, a political willingness to continue to give the infrastructure, to give the political push that we need as a stability to build the business.
I think this is also important symbolically of, as President Santos said at some point later on, he specifically called on U.S. businesses, entrepreneurs to say, come south, come to the Americas, you see opportunities here. How important is that to you?
Well, there is always a difference between maybe the reality and what they think. So we need to always be very careful. Now, I don't know for all your other customers or the people that will see this movie, but I know the region very well. So I'm very careful. And my biggest indicator is stability, and the second one is education. A word I didn't hear so much. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to shoot a couple of questions, and the time got a little short. No one spoke about how much of the GDP they're going to go into education. Without education, there is no stability, there is no format, there is no languages. And for the BPO call center industry, that's a need. Mm-hmm. So we invest only in countries in which they are really pushing for education. Colombia is one of them. I think they push for 15% of GDP, so it's one of the highest ones. The other one not so high, but I didn't hear so much. So only Peru, I think, made a comment, and none of the other one did.
Right.
But they all complaining about Obama not mentioning Latin America.
That's right.
I will complain on them not doing the same with education, what I think is very, very important.
Yeah. And a final note, you mentioned Colombia a few times. What is it about Colombia that you think is strong for BPO and call center?
Well, first of all, the size, no doubt. The second one is now stable, so is It's still an untouched market, so if you arrive early enough, you have the possibility to really do a good job and obviously start your business very, very large. I think that Colombia is also very interesting because there is a good portion, education is very high, and there's a good portion of very good English that is available there. I don't look only at Colombia, looking also other countries, but Colombia is definitely on my target.
Very good. Well, Rudy, always great to see you.
It was really a pleasure.
You bet.